Hi everyone, hope you're well. In this video we're going to go over Google Analytics and how we can use it to analyze our website for web traffic and performance and things like that. So Google Analytics is a web analytics service that allows website owners and digital marketers to track and analyze their website traffic and user behavior. It provides really valuable insights into the performance of a website and can help improve its effectiveness. Some of the key features of Google Analytics includes website traffic analysis. So Google Analytics provides data on the number of visitors to a website, how long they stay on the website, and which pages they visit, and where they're located as well. Audience segmentations as well, so it allows users to segment their website traffic based on demographics, behaviors, interests, and other criteria. It also allows for conversion tracking, so it helps to track website conversions such as form submissions, product purchases, and other desired actions and other actions that you want users to actually perform on your website. It also has real-time data that allows users to kind of monitor website activity as it happens. And you can there's also a really good reporting feature. So it provides the option to create custom reports that focus on specific metrics and dimensions as well. There's also lots of integration with other Google tools like Google Ads, search controls to provide a really comprehensive view of website performance. To get started with Google Analytics though, what you want to do is create a Google account and then just go into Analytics and then just set up your website property to start tracking on your website. Once you have created a Google Analytics account and you've added your website to it, you just need to then install the tracking code on your website. If you click into the tracking code, there are some tag instructions that can give you an insight on how to actually install that depending on what website platform you're using. The most popular common ones are, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, Duda, and even more like Wix and Monster Insights plugins as well. The other option then is to install manually. So if you click on the Install Manually tab, you can get the code itself and then you can upload it to your website as well. So depending on what platform you're using, either installing manually might be easier. Otherwise, you can follow the instructions for Squarespace, Duda, or whatever instructions that they use. This code allows Google Analytics to actually collect the data on your website visitors and their behavior. So as soon as the code is added to the website, that's whenever Google Analytics will start tracking your website. So it's not whenever you create your account, it's whenever you actually create your account and then add this code onto your website somehow. So once you've added in your code, it can take up to 48 hours before you actually see any data, but essentially that's your code all set up. And then now when you go into the homepage, you should be able to see a more kind of real-time overview of your website. Again, the longer that you have your code added onto your website, the more data that you'll have, but it'll give you a basic brief over what you're actually getting with the reports as well. So once you have some data to work with, you can start actually using that data and analyze it to see different things about your website performance. So Google Analytics can provide a wealth of interesting and valuable insights about your website's performance. One of the most interesting things that they can do is user demographics. So Google Analytics can provide data on the age, gender, and location of your website visitors. So for example, if in this tab here, you can filter all your users by country. So if you are an international brand or if you're an international website, you can see the most popular countries that people are clicking onto your site from. And that's really good as well. If you click into the real-time view, you can see in real time how many people are on your website and where they're coming from as well. And other things that you can see with user demographics. Location is one of the things that Google Analytics can tell you. So Google Analytics can provide data on the location of your website's users, including their country, region, and city, and this information can help you understand where your audience is coming from and tailor your content accordingly. It can also show the users by interest. So Google Analytics can provide data on the interests of your website visitors based on their browsing behavior. So this information can help you tailor your content and marketing efforts to better meet the needs and interests of your audience as well. And depending on what kind of website you are, if you have a language tracker feature on your website, or even in general, if people are using Google's translator app on their browser, Google Analytics can also track the user's preferred language as well. So it can tell you the language preferences of your website visitors as well. So this information can help you tailor your content and marketing efforts better to meet the needs of your audience as well. So yeah, user demographics are a key area of analytics that Google Analytics provides. And from that, then you can sort of tailor your content and your website to make it easier for those users that are coming onto your website, whether that's where they're from, or the top countries, or the top languages as well. Another really useful thing that Google Analytics can provide is detailed insights into the sources of your website traffic. So it allows you to understand which channels are driving the most traffic and adjust your marketing efforts accordingly. The main types of traffic that Google Analytics can track, and you'll see it here whenever you have more data, is one of them is organic search, and this refers to the traffic that comes to your website from search engines like Google, Bing, or Yahoo. This data shows the keywords and phrases people are using to find your website. The other type of traffic is direct traffic, so this refers to the visitors who come directly to your website by typing your URL into the browser or clicking on a bookmark. Then there's referral traffic, so this refers to visitors who come to your website from other websites, and this can be links to your websites placed on other websites like blog posts or even your social media platforms as well. Social media is another source of website traffic, and this refers to visitors who come to your website from social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and lots of others as well. Paid search is another traffic source, and this refers to the traffic that comes to your website from paid search campaigns like Google Ads or Bing Ads even. And then lastly is display ads. So this refers to the traffic that comes to your website from display ads like banner ads or retargeting ads as well. By understanding the sources of your website traffic, you can optimize your marketing efforts to focus on the channels that are driving the most traffic and adjust your strategy to improve performance in other areas as well. So for example, if you notice that most of your traffic is coming from social media, you might want to invest more in social media marketing to increase that traffic even further. Next thing then is user behavior, and this is something that Google Analytics can tell you lots of detailed information about. So user behavior on a website refers to how users interact with the website, including what pages they visit, how long they spend on each page, which links they click on, and where they drop off. Google Analytics can provide a really big wealth of information on user behavior, including pages per session. So this metric tells you how many pages a user visits during a single session on your website, and this can give you an idea of how engaged users are with your content and whether they're exploring multiple pages on your website or not. Then you have average session duration. So this metric tells you how long a user spends on your website during a single session, and this can help you understand how engaged users are with your content and whether they're spending enough time on your site to digest your messaging. The next thing that you want to focus on as well is the bounce rate. So this metric tells you the percentage of users who leave your website after only viewing one page. A really high bounce rate can indicate that your website content is not resonating with users or that your website design is not user-friendly. And then there's also exit pages. So these metrics tells you the last page a user visits before leaving your website, and this can help you identify which pages are causing users to leave and make adjustments to improve their experience as well. And lastly, then you have conversion rates as well. So this metric tells you the percentage of users who complete a specific action on your website, such as filling out a form or making a purchase, and things like that. So by tracking your conversion rate, you can measure the effectiveness of your website in achieving your business goals. Analyzing user behavior is really important because then you can identify areas for improvement and optimize your website to provide a better user experience that can lead to increased engagement, conversions, and ultimately business success as well. It's really important now that you have the information and the analytics on what is going well with your website and also what's not going well for your website. It's really important then that you take that information and optimize your site for search engines and users as well. So what is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's the process of optimizing websites and digital content so search engines like Google, Bing, and Yandex can understand what they are and index them for users to visit and experience. Once indexed, the content appears in search engine results pages, otherwise known as SERPs. So pages like this, once you put in a request, and it'll show you all the pages and all the websites that link to what it is that you're searching for. It also represents a position within digital marketing, i.e. an SEO, so someone who optimizes digital content for search engines. So SEO can be described as a way of increasing the site's visibility in the search engine results pages, and search engines scan your website as they look for content elements that will help it determine if it's user-friendly or not. If the search engines love your website design and content, it will put it among the top results, and this process is known as crawling. It also helps the search engine to present useful results to the users. By improving your site to be SEO friendly, it means that you are working hard to make things easy for the engines to understand your content indexing. The better the design and content quality of your site, the higher the chances of each search engine loving it, and thus increased chances of getting ranked at the top. So what is SEO marketing? SEO marketing relates to marketing strategy that aims to ensure that your website is at the top of a search engine result page for many different search queries. Doing so will allow people to visit your site organically, not through paid ads, and experience your content, look at your products and services, and hopefully lead to more conversions. SEO marketing is a long-term marketing process that is now essential for many businesses due to the power of search engines and the fact that millions of people use them every day to search for information as well as the best products and services to suit their needs. So here are some basic SEO terms that's important for you to familiarize yourself with as a business owner. So the first one we mentioned before, and that is SERP, so Search Engine Results Page. This acronym is probably one of the most common ones when it comes to SEO and marketing. It's a primary reason why SEO marketing campaigns are made, and it can be also referred to as the results page. SEO marketing campaigns to secure a spot for your site on the SERP, and this is achieved through the use of high quality content and using a particular set of keywords. When it comes to SERPs, you want to make sure that your aim is to be as high on the search engine results page as possible, and on the beginning of the search engine results page as possible. Next term that you might come across is on-page SEO. So this refers to the measures or procedures that you take directly to your website in order to improve its ranking. Examples of on-page SEO include the quality of your actual content, using the required keywords, things like titles and meta descriptions as well. All of these come from on-page SEO. The aim of on-page SEO is to make page indexing easier for search engines, and the goal is to make the site relevant and easy to navigate, which will make people stick to it, and thus is an excellent signal to the search engine that your website is trustworthy. Next thing you have then is off-page SEO. So these are steps that you may take outside of your website to improve it for SEO ranking. Off-page means that whatever you do is not done directly onto your website. A perfect example of off-page SEO is the use of external links. If you provide good content, other site owners might love it and link their site to your site, such that when people click on the link, it leads them to your page. Also, if you want to connect your site to another company's website, you must ensure that you're connecting it to a trustworthy and well-ranked site. If more people are linking their site to yours, it shows that your website is credible and the search engines will rank it much higher. Previous one I mentioned before is meta descriptions, and you've probably come across meta descriptions but maybe not have an idea of what it is. This is a summary or short description below the title. It gives a general overview of what you are about to read. Meta descriptions are an essential element of SEO. If you are using the right keywords, it increases the chances of being ranked at the top. It aims at helping readers to decide if what they're about to read is relevant regarding what they're looking for or not. A good meta description should be at least 150 characters. Some other words that you might hear are keyword research and target keywords. So keyword research is the process of identifying the frequently searched words by users regarding your products or your business. So for example, if you sell health products, the frequently searched keywords could be health. In this case, you will have to conduct online research to know which keywords match your business better. Target keywords, on the other hand, are what you come up with after conducting keyword research using a search tool, and these will be frequently used keywords on the site. So some of the benefits of SEO to business is that it will help your business be optimized on search engines as well. This will lead to increased sales. This goes without saying. Increased traffic means increased chances of sales. Whenever an individual is looking for a product relating to yours, your site will appear at the top. And most importantly, people love clicking on the first link. The bottom line is increased traffic, thus maximum sales. Increased conversion rate. If your site is optimized, it means that it's user-friendly. It also means it's easy to navigate and the content used is high quality. This includes the videos and images being used as well. If so, the readers will get impressed and chances are they will end up wanting to try your products. The rate of conversion will be higher, unlike the unoptimized sites as well. It's also very cost effective. So SEO, search engine optimization, is the most cost effective marketing campaign out there. It doesn't cost you much and it only targets people that are actively looking for your products. You do not have to set up a high budget to attract prospects. All you need is to work on your website, make it friendly to both the users and the search engines, and leave the rest for the search engines to handle. Also, since SEO targets people who are actively looking for your products or services online, the results are likely to be more effective than marketing campaigns. Then you also have things like enhanced site usability. So as you try to improve your site and make it easy for navigation by search engines, SEO makes your site more navigable and easy to use for your users. SEO entails rearranging your site's design and links to make the page and content on the site easy to find as well. What are the phases of an SEO campaign is another thing that you want to consider. SEO keeps changing as the search engines recognize their algorithm criteria as they try to offer users with useful information. You need to understand the basics of good SEO campaign to get great results. Some of the essential aspects involved in the SEO campaign as well. One thing you want to do is improving the website content always. So content is everything. Although the SEO algorithms make a lot of changes to enhance your site, one thing that remains intact is your original content. If your site has good content, it increases its credibility as the search engines find it as a reliable source of information. This is paramount for a successful SEO campaign to ensure that the content is original and unique if you want it to be ranked on top of SERPs. The search engine bots crawl throughout the site as they search for original content related to the specific keywords, and if they find your site to be the one, it will help generate more traffic for you as well. Also, the content must be relevant. Ensure that what you have to offer the readers is connected to the specific sector or products that is useful to them. This establishes your website as reliable for a particular topic, thus letting the search engines rank your top as well. Lastly, the content should be shareable, so this allows the users to share it if they love it. Also, you can share it to other social media platforms as well, help drawing in more traffic to your website as well. When it comes to optimizing your site for SEO, consider using a search engine optimization agency. SEO agencies help businesses like yours not just to be seen in Google, but be seen for the right keywords to match the intent of the person searching with the service you provide. Because it doesn't make sense to invest in a website no one will see, and doesn't make sense to invest in content no one will access, SEO agencies match keywords used by people searching to the content on your sites to create traffic. So SEO agencies help businesses like yours to be seen on Google. If you already have an existing website but you're wanting to optimize for SEO, there are lots of free SEO tools that you can use to help optimize your website for SEO. So when it comes to optimizing your site for SEO, there are lots of tools out there to kind of help that. Depending on what platform your website is built on, certain tools will work with certain websites, others will not. but a really popular tool that you can use if you have a WordPress website is the Yoast plugin. Yoast is an SEO plugin designed to help you optimize every page and post so that visitors and search engines get the most out of your website. Yoast in its basic form is free, and you can download it from their website, or you can go to the WordPress directory and download it from there. You can also go and download it from your website directory. So if you go into your dashboard and then go into plugins, and then just click add new, you should be able to search for Yoast up here. Just type in Yoast into the search bar. And you're looking for this plugin here, so Yoast SEO by Team Yoast. And what you want to do is just click install now. And once it's done installing, you just want to click on the activate button to activate it onto your site. Your page will then refresh, and you should be taken to the Yoast installation wizard. And what you can do is you can go through the wizard, or you can just skip it and just start optimizing your pages and your posts. The wizard is pretty straightforward to go forward. So if you want to click on Start First Time Configuration, you'll fill in basic details like the name of your business and things like that. So what it'll do first, it'll analyze your site the way Google does, and then it'll immediately show you any technical issues that you'll need fixing and what content needs to be optimized. So you want to click continue, and then it'll start asking you through the site representation. So it'll ask you questions about your site or your organization. Does it represent an organization or a person? And the name of your website and the name of your organization, and then you want to select a logo as well. And then the next step, then you want to add any social media profiles that you have, and you just take the link of the social media profiles. So you can do Facebook, Twitter, any other social media profiles. So if you have like a LinkedIn, Instagram, things like that, you just add as many as you can, and they'll optimize the metadata for those platforms as well. And then just some personal preferences, it'll ask if it wants to track your site data or not, and this will be tracked by Yoast as well, so it's up to you if you want them to have that kind of information or not. And then finally, you can also sign up for the newspaper as well. And that's it. So now that they have analyzed your site, you've different options, so you can start optimizing the site as well by visiting your SEO dashboard. So if we click on that, so here is where they'll add any sort of SEO problems. So in this example, there isn't any, but any problems that you'll have, or any problems that they'll pick up during the analysis stage, it'll show up here with all the problems and the recommendations on how to fix them. So that's sort of a really handy thing to add. So make sure when you first install Yoast, you go through the first time configuration. If you ever want to come back to the Yoast tab, by the way, it's just a new tab that's on the left-hand menu under General. So you can always come back to this. So now that the first time configuration is done, what you can do now is start optimizing your pages and post content. So for example, if we go into the post dashboard here, you can see now there's little options there's new columns for the SEO. So things like you get a score for your SEO, and you get a readability score as well. And then you also get the brief sort of SEO title, meta description, and the key phrase. If you don't see these new columns, what you want to do is go into screen options, and then you can see the columns being ticked here. So it could be that these columns aren't ticked, so you're not seeing them. Obviously you don't need them if you don't want anything too cluttered, so you can just keep the readability score and the SEO score just so you have that, and any other categories or any other columns that you think you might need. But yeah, when you go into your posts, and your pages also should be the same, you'll see new columns for SEO, things like the title and the readability score and the SEO score, and that way you can kind of keep track on what pages or what blogs need to be updated, what pages or blog are okay. And it uses a traffic light system, so anything that's marked in red is very important, you need to change it. Everything in orange is not as important, not as high priority, but still would be good to change. And then anything in green then means you're doing okay. So for example, if we were to go and create a new blog, so we'll take this one here. So you can see we've got the blog here, we've written the blog, we've written the title, we've written the blog content, we've added images, things like that. So now that the blog itself is ready, we can go over what Yoast recommends for improvement basically. So you can see on the right here, we've got the Yoast SEO section here. To see in depth what needs to be improved, you want to go into this top tab here, and this is the Yoast side panel here. So what you want to do is go through essentially everything that you need to do. So for example, if you go into SEO analysis, this is where they'll tell you what you're missing and what you need to do. So for example, because we haven't added in a key phrase yet, a lot of things are red. Key phrases are basically words or phrases that you want this specific post to rank for. So if you're writing a post about traveling in London, then maybe the key phrase would be traveling in London or traveling or London, and things like that. It's really important that you add in a key phrase, because then it lets Google know what this page is going to be about, and it'll help you sort of rank in search engines. This page will sort of rank in search engines that you want it to rank for. It's essentially the main search phrase that you want this post to rank for. So the first thing that you want to do is add in a key phrase, and then what Yoast will do then will analyze this blog and see what it needs in terms of improvement for SEO. So if you go into the analysis results, you can see there's 4 problems, things like the key phrase length, meta description, all of that. So these are all things that will be improved once you add the key phrase. So for example, if we add the key phrase as London, you can see it's gone from red to orange, and if you scroll down you can see what you're doing well. So things like the key phrase is now in the slug, so the slug being the URL of the post. You want the key, so Yoast like it whenever the key phrase is in the slug, and so search engines will rank that higher. In terms of key phrase length, and it's a good length, and then the density being how many times the key phrase shows up in this text. So it was found 24 times, so it's obviously a good number of times for it to show up. Key phrase being in the introduction, so you want the key phrase to not only be within your content but also within the first maybe 10% of the content, so in the introduction as well, and that the key phrase is also in the title, so the title being the title of the blog post, so it's at the title up here. Other things that you're doing that what shows you that you're doing well is things like outbound links. Outbound links being links to other pages that aren't on your website. This could be another website, this could be links to social media, all of those kinds of outbound links. So it's good to have them within your page, and obviously you get marked up if you have them there. Images as well, so it's good to have images to break up the text and improve the sort of readability of it. It also helps if there's an image with the key phrase as the alt text, so make sure you also have that as well, and that it's not a previously used key phrase. So obviously you can set a key phrase for every single page, every single post, but you want to use different key phrases for each page as well, and you get kind of marked a bit higher for that. So another tab is you've got problems. We did good results, so now there's also improvements and problems. So with the improvements, it's talking about the image key phrase. So it'll explain exactly. So out of 6 images on this page, 6 have all attributes with words from a key phrase. That's a bit much. Only include the key phrase or its synonyms when it really fits the image. So you want to be careful how you're using the key phrase to describe the image. If it does make sense and it is applicable to the image, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. Next thing then is the problems. So one thing that it'll say is link the key phrase. It's saying that you're linking to another page with words you want this page to rank for, so it's highlighting that you shouldn't do that. So essentially, when you have the key phrase within the text, you don't want it to link to another part of the page because you want that keyword to be ranking on this specific page. And then another thing that they're asking for is key phrase in subheadings. So obviously you've got your text here and it's broken up in different subheadings. You've got this one is like a H2, H3, you might have a H4 or 5, whatever, all of that in there. So it's asking you to use more key phrases within the subheadings. So I think there's one like in here, but so then maybe try incorporating key phrases in like heading 3s, heading 4s, and get a good variety. Another thing they're asking then is there's no internal links. So internal links obviously is the opposite of outbound links. These are links that link to other pages of your website, but still within your website. So it could be another blog, it could be a page, it could be the contact us page. All those count as internal links. So in this case, it's saying that there's no internal links on this page, so you want to make sure that you add some. Another thing that's saying is the meta description length. So the meta description is the small kind of description that will show up on the search results page of a website. So when this page is ranking and it's on the search results page, it'll show the title and obviously the meta description. So you want that description to describe this page or post specifically and not the site as a whole. It's something that search engines will use to see what your site is about, but it's also something that customers or clients will use and visitors of your website will use to see, okay, what is this page about? What is this page about before I even click into it? Is this related to what I'm looking for? So you want to make sure that you use your own meta description, and it does describe accurately what this post is about. To edit the meta description, what you want to do is actually scroll down on the post and keep scrolling until you get to the bottom. So you can see there's another sort of Yoast section here. So key phrase, it can be added here. And what this does here is this part is showing you the preview of the Google search results. So if you click on desktop even, this is what the user will see whenever this post shows up on search results. So they'll see the title, they'll see this slug, and they'll see this meta description as well. So right now we don't have one. So what you want to do is in this meta description box here, you want to just type in the meta description of the page. I'll just, for this example, just type in a few words here. And you can see as I'm typing, there's a little bar here. And that's there to let me know if I'm writing too much or too little. So you can see right now I'm still writing too much. And if you click into SEO analysis, so this is the same SEO analysis that's up here, it's just in a different place now. So if we go into SEO analysis, you can see in the improvement meta description length is now coming up and that it's over 156 characters. So to ensure that it's actually the full description is visible, you should reduce the length. So maybe if we'll start removing a few sentences, a few words, it'll start, the bar will go down a bit. So you can see now that it's in the green, it's a good length, so we can keep it that way. The trick with meta description is that you want to make sure that you're writing enough within Google, and you want to make sure you're writing enough that it shows within the Google search result engines, and also that it's readable to the user. They can, once they read that, they can understand what this page is going to be about, and then they click into it. So it does need to accurately describe the page, but then also fit within the box that Google give you. So now you can see as we've added in more descriptions, more text, our SEO analysis score has gone to green. If we click back here, it should, yeah, so it's all being listed out here, but it should also be listed here as well. So you can see under good results, we've got the text length, key phrase in the slug, previous use key phrase in the meta description. All of these were doing well. So the only problems now then is things like linking too many links to the key phrase in subheadings, use more key phrases and synonyms in your H2 and H3 subheadings. If we were to add a few into the subheadings. For example, here, and then we've added one here as well. If we scroll down, you can see our score has improved a bit more. So we no longer have the key phrases in the subheading as an issue. Yep, so key phrase and subheading, and it lets you know exactly where and how the subheadings are being used. So 3 of your H2 and H3 subheadings reflect the topic of your copy, which is good. So you can see as soon as you make the changes, Yoast will analyze the page again really quickly and update your score. So it's very quick like that. So that's kind of essentially, you want to use this part here, the analysis, as like a little checklist to see, okay, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Is there any more opportunity to optimize this blog post? And then another thing that you might notice here is key phrase distribution. So have you evenly distributed your focus key phrase throughout the whole text? So you can see that's a bit grayed out because we currently don't have access to that. As previously mentioned, the basic Yoast SEO plugin in its basic form is free, but there is a paid version as well that gives you access to more things. Things like, for example, within the analysis, it'll tell you a bit more about the key phrase distribution. Another thing that it'll do is it'll let you have something called get related key phrase. And related key phrases are basically variants or synonyms or semantically related terms and that relate to your main keyword that you're trying to target and trying to rank for on search engine. The main reason why you would use related keywords in your text is that they will make your text sort of easier to read. If you write a text, if you write this content and the keyword is London, and you're constantly using the word London in every other sentence, your text won't flow naturally and it becomes unreadable, and readers are most likely to stop reading and leave your page or your post, and you'll lose your audience. So that's why you should aim for variation in your writing. So you've got your focus keyword here. What you can do then is get related key phrases, and then that will count as another key phrase, and it's something that then Yoast will pick up on and then know that you're using the key phrase over and over again. But again, so to get the option of related key phrases, you actually would need to pay the premium. But we can go over that in shortly. But essentially, that's if you're ever seeing any options there that are asking for that are grayed out, it just means that you have the basic. You would need to get the premium to see what the problem is. Same with, so this is the SEO analysis tab. There's also premium SEO analysis, and it'll tell you a bit more things like how to target multiple key phrases, using synonyms, plurals, and variations, things like that. So you'll get a little bit more analysis with the premium as well. But you can still do a lot with the basic SEO analysis. There's still lots of improvements that you can make, and you can see just making even some of them, our score already increased, our SEO analysis score already increased. So there is still a lot that you can do with the basic Yoast. The other thing you want to make sure then is that the content readability is also as high as possible. When they talk about readability, they're really talking about how easy is the content for users to read, like how is it easy for them to read, is it easy for them to understand. So what they'll do is Yoast will scan this and then give you, similar to the SEO analysis, they'll scan the post and they'll tell you overall what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. So for example, good results are down here, so it's making use of lots of transition words. In terms of paragraph length, none of the paragraphs are too long, so you don't want sort of long bits of paragraph because those can be quite off-putting to users. Subheading distribution, so as in your text is being distributed or broken up by some subheadings, again making it easy for the user, and things like passive voice, so you using both the passive and active voice, so you're using enough active voice within your text. And it also tells you some problems, things like sentence length. So if some of the sentences are too long, it'll tell you to shorten some of your sentences, and it gives you sort of an approximate of what to aim for. and then consecutive sentences as well. So the text contains 3 consecutive sentences starting with the same word, and it's just asking you to change it. So it analyzes it directly and does give you sort of exact areas and where to change. And again, there's still some changes to be made, but it's kind of grayed out, so you know that you need to purchase the premium to get it. Things like word complexity, is your vocabulary suited for a larger audience? So Yoast can also tell you that as well and give you any hints, or just let you know how to improve if you need to. You'll find with both the analysis and the readability, every single point is linked. So for example, keyword density, meta description length, you can see these are all linked, and what these are essentially these link directly to Yoast's documentation. So for example, if you're having trouble with the key phrase density, you're not sure what it means, or you're not sure why it's important, things like that, if you were to click on the linked area, it takes you directly to Yoast's page, and you can see a big sort of article, and it takes you directly to an article or section where it explains that part of whatever you clicked on. So what is key phrase density, why is it important, and kind of really explains it. So it's like that for all of the areas that are linked within the SEO analysis and the readability sections. So if we were to go on to readability, you can see exactly if you're struggling to understand why some of the points are talking about, you can just click on the link and it should tell you, it should send you to the essentially like a blog post to show you exactly what needs to be done and what it is and things like that. So you can see now, as I've been doing this, our Yoast score has been going up. So obviously our analysis is done, and readability analysis has also improved, although still some areas of improvement there. So there's a lot that, even with the basic, there's a lot that you can do to kind of improve your text and get to really understand how to best optimize each of your blogs and your posts. Other things that you can do with Yoast, but with Yoast Premium, not the basic, are things like social media previews. So if you were to click on Facebook preview, for example, it'll give you a preview of what this post would look like if someone were to share it on Facebook, or if you were to share it on Facebook. So it's important to know that you can still share the post on Facebook. You just wouldn't have a lot of control over how it's going to be shown. So if you wanted to add a different image altogether if it's being shared on Facebook, you can. If you want to give it a title, description, you can make it all custom, and then make sure that it looks exactly how you want it to on Facebook. On Twitter, it looks exactly how you want it to. And you can add as well, and previously, if you remember during the setup, you could add different Facebook or different social media profiles. You can add different sort of social media profiles that way. Another thing you can do then is track your SEO performance. So it's not directly from Yoast, it's something called Wincher, and it kind of helps you track your position of your page in search engine results based on your key phrase. So you would need an account and a plan set up with them, but essentially once you have that set up, you can connect to them and you can track your key phrase, what position, and position over time, and things like that. Once you're done and you've published everything, if you go back to the posts dashboard, you can see it's also updated here in the post dashboard as well. So we've got the SEO analysis updated, and we've got the readability updated. If we were to give it the description and title as well, you can see all these are updated. So it updates very quickly, and I think with this sort of overview you can see exactly what posts need to be done, what posts still need to be optimized for SEO and things like that. So as mentioned previously, Yoast in its basic form is free, but there is a paid version. If you go onto their website, you can see the pricing for it. So if you go onto the website under products and then scroll down, so you can see the Yoast SEO free plugin. That's the one that we've been using so far. So it'll have everything that you need to start ranking in search engines, and all of your technical SEO is taken care of, and access to something called their 5 free academy courses. So Yoast have their own kind of academy to learn how to develop your SEO skills. So most of that is actually paid, but you can have access to 5 of the courses for free with the free SEO, but you would need to just create an account. And then obviously you've got the paid version. So this is the premium plugin, and this is the same as you get everything with the Yoast SEO plugin, but then and more. So things like adding in related key phrases, optimizing your site for the right keywords, analyzing the right keywords, getting the previews for Twitter and Facebook. Also give you suggestions as to what you could write. This, you get all of that included, and you get full access to their SEO Academy. And the other thing that you get is also their premium 24/7 support. So anytime you can submit a ticket to them if you're having technical issues with the plugin, if issues understanding some of the content, you can submit a ticket to them, and they'll at any time. If you scroll down, you can see a bit more on the differences between the premium and the free. Things like different types of keywords. So in the free, obviously you can only use one keyword, but in the premium you can use plurals or forms or synonyms or related keywords. If you need more help, you can always ask your questions to the 24/7 support team. 404s, optimizing content. It's a lot more easier with the premium. What I would recommend is actually just get started with the free, because there's so much that you can do with the basic analysis. Make sure every single page and post has everything ticked off with the basic analysis. That way you can build your skills a little bit in terms of how to optimize each post with the basic SEO rules, and then further on down the line, then once you're a bit more comfortable with SEO, then I would suggest getting the premium just for the support, and even just the ability to kind of get the previews and also get the related key phrase to optimize your content even further. Because you can upgrade at any time. You won't lose any sort of SEO if you were to upgrade in the middle of it. So I think starting off with the basics, see how you do, and then investing in sort of like the premium plugin. And there's loads of docs as well in the blog and things like that as well. So overall, it's a good plugin to use. There's a lot of support for it, and I think there's a lot you can do with the free version as well. So maybe just start off with that, and then try the premium as well. Another thing that kind of comes with the basic SEO is if you go into the Yoast tab here and go into tools, if you ever needed to sort of import or export your site's SEO settings and SEO content to another site, you can just go into the Yoast SEO tab here, go into tools, and then click on the import and export, and this imports essentially settings from other SEO plugins and export it to another site if you ever needed to. So if you click on import and export, you can either import the SEO settings on this tab and just click import settings, or you can export the SEO settings on this tab as well. And you can import from other SEO plugins as well. So if there's an SEO plugin, if you're wanting to change your site from using one type of SEO plugin to another, to Yoast, what you do is export the SEO settings of another website and then import it here through the import settings. It's important to note that with Yoast you can only do this with the Rank Math plugin, and so you would need to make an export on Rank Math and then import it through Yoast. This won't work for other SEO plugins or anything like that. And it should work for a few others as well. And if you go into the pages, you can see there's still more to do, but essentially it's the same as the post. If you click into posts, you've got the tags here, but then also with pages, you've got the score and the tags on this page as well. So you want to make sure you go through every single page, and you want to make sure you go through every single post as well, and at least get the basic done. On the pages it works the same, so if we click on the About page, for example, so you can see we've got the SEO settings here, we've also got it down here as well, and exactly the same. So you type in your focus key phrase, and then you would just type in all of the settings here. So you'll go through all the analysis results and you'll just type in anything different. So if you need to add more headings, if you need to change the amount of content that there is, you'll just go through all of the analysis problems similar to how you do it in the post and change it all up in your content. And you can either do it in the settings here, so if you go into Yoast, the little Yoast icon, you can do it there, or you can just scroll down and go into the Yoast settings here. They're both the same. But here's where you'll add the key phrase, the meta description, and where you can see the desktop and mobile results as well. So yeah, you can do it in two places like that. And then once you're done with everything, just make sure you update and save your changes to save the SEO settings. Overall, website analytics is a really important feature to have and make use of when you are analyzing the performance of your website. And it's equally important to then take that information and be able to know how to optimize your site for the user experience and also for search engines as well.